The media recently came out with the narrative that Tesla is selling the second oldest cars in the United States. It says Tesla's models are old and therefore Tesla is old and therefore old equals bad, therefore Tesla bad. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. My name's Sam Evans and I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. Thank you for tuning in. Great to see you. Thanks to our Patreon supporters. Just want to put a link in the description below to our Patreon page and also our YouTube members. Really couldn't do this without you. Tesla, while they don't bring out new models very often, that is true, but they constantly improve their existing models. Now, as a child, when I used to read, when I'm saying child, I mean I've been reading motorcar magazines since I was about 8 years old. I'd buy them every single month. That was my main thing that I was into for some bizarre reason. And I always wondered, why is it that automakers constantly reveal or release new models? Now, I get the technology. That's great. They should put the technology into their cars as soon as it's available, but they don't do that. They wait until they bring out a new model. And in the past, new models might take 4 to 8 years, right, to come out. That would mean there could have been great new technology on the market for years, maybe 4 to 8 years, but we don't see it in the new car from whoever that company is because they're waiting for the new model to come out. And I used to think that didn't make sense. Not to mention, quite often you'd see a car like, say, for example, the BMW 5 Series, BMW 3 Series. Back in the 90s, people loved that shape. They loved the E91. They were like, this is such a cool looking car. Remember, it was in the movie Ronin. People loved it. And then along comes Chris Bangle and everyone hated the design. They hated the new designs. And I thought, well, why do they need to change it? Why don't just make a slightly evolutionary change to the existing model? People still love it, right? Just make it look a little bit nice, a little bit better in some way. And then you can introduce all the new technology into that car. People still love it, but they want to buy it because it's got all the new technology. It's got the better engine. It's got whatever, I can never understand why they thought they needed to spend billions of dollars on a vehicle which potentially people are going to hate. And that often happened. I actually think Tesla's strategy makes sense. When they have a new product, as soon as they get it, usually as soon as they get it and they can deploy it in the car, they'll just put it in them straight away. And I think more and more car makers are starting to do that now, in particular in China, simply because it makes sense and also because you've got to keep up with your competition. Tesla is continuing to improve its vehicles by adding higher level equipment to them. The company actually patented enhanced vehicle seat ventilation and construction techniques, possibly for use in all of its vehicles, including the Model 3 and the Model Y. Ventilated seats are part of the premium Model S and Model X vehicles, and Tasmanian says they are designed to greatly enhance user comfort. Such seats are especially useful during the summer months or in hotter climates. It's true, ventilated seats can be massively beneficial. You think about it, when you don't have ventilated seats, you really notice it in summer. But when you do have them, yeah, that's a big improvement. I'm not all that into heated seats. I don't really feel comfortable sitting in them. For some reason, it doesn't make me feel good. I'm a fairly hot person. I know a lot of people love them, heated seats. But personally, if I could choose to have a feature in my car, it would be ventilated seats. I think it makes them way better. You don't feel like you're sticking to the seat. Such seats, like I said, are awesome when it is hot. Because Model 3 and Model Y are relatively more economical variants of the Tesla lineup, they don't yet feature ventilated seats. Although hints of them appeared in the 2022 online owner's manual for those models. Now, it's obvious that the installation of additional equipment, especially if it's difficult to manufacture, increases the cost to make the car, meaning it increases the price of the car, or it decreases Tesla's revenue. And that may be acceptable for customers who buy premium Model S and Model X. They're happy to pay more, but will be expensive for customers who buy the Model 3 and the Model Y, who are more interested in generally, not always, but generally getting a better price. Now, personally, I think having the option is the best choice here, right? Just have an option. But Tesla sort of has a thing where they don't like to do that, which I love. I love the fact that you don't walk into a dealer. You don't even have to go to a dealer. That's awesome, right? Big benefit. But you don't have to walk into a dealer and the dealer goes, oh yeah, well, the car you're looking at, No, sorry, it's got 17 different options on it. That's really common. I mean, seriously, I've seen many car reviews where they say there's about 40 options on that car. And they say, oh, the price is $75,000, but actually if you want this version, it's $120,000. 120. Sometimes the price can be almost double based on options alone. I'm not a fan of that at all. I like having the choice, but at the same time, I like the fact that Tesla doesn't like to add more, to charge you extra options, other than for stupid things for stupid people, like having massive alloy wheels, massive rims. Like, okay, if you're dumb enough to do that, to pay more for that, sorry if you did that, but it wasn't the wisest choice considering it's just going to decrease your range and provide you with no other benefits. Then, hey, give your money to them. But you don't need that feature. There's really no reason to buy new rims, right, for your car. So if you're going to go do that and waste your money on that, cool. But for things that actually matter, features that you would really want, Tesla generally doesn't actually charge you for those features on the Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model S. That's one of the things I love. However, Tesla is committed to providing comfort to all of its customers, and the development towards cheaper ventilated seats continues. So Tesla's trying to bring down the cost of making these seats, making it possible for them to actually offer them as part of the car as standard. The patent, Enhanced Vehicle Seat Ventilation and Construction Techniques, was filed in June 2022 and published in December 2022. It describes a vehicle seat with improved ventilation and special construction techniques for such seats, with an emphasis on ease of manufacture. In other words, reducing the cost to make that kind of product, and also making it work better. The patent describes a vehicle seat that includes a ventilation system configured to draw in air or push out air via the vehicle seat. For example, air may be drawn into the vehicle seat from ambient air. As another example, air may be pushed out to the occupant. The movement of air may allow for ventilation, such as cooling of the occupant. The ventilation system described in the patent includes a rigid duct assembly and integrated foam. One or more fans may be used to pull or push air through the vehicle seat. Essentially, the patent describes an improved car seat that includes components that are easy to manufacture and that improve the design of a car seat. An additional advantage is the durability of such seats, especially the material with which it is covered. Now, one of the big differences between Tesla and other car manufacturers is they make their own seats. I mean, remember when back in the day, or even now, right? Many models of car come with what brand seat? Recaro, right? Recaro is a very popular brand. And if they don't come with Recaro seats, guess what they are? Rebranded Recaros. Yeah, seriously. So many model seats now you see in a car are just rebranded Recaros. And the company just takes the Recaro brand off them so it doesn't look like they're selling someone else's seats, because they might want to appear as though they're more luxurious, and Recaro is more of a racing brand type seat. I think it's a big advantage, as has been proven by BYD and Tesla, to make your own products, right? And here's an example. Ford doesn't make its own badges. And guess what? At one point in time, there was like 100,000 Ford vehicles a few months ago sitting in Ford parking lots because they didn't have Ford badges on them. Case in point. Vertical integration was mocked for years. Now it's proven it's pretty much the only way to make a significant profit selling electric cars. Personally, like I said, I'm a big fan of two things. One, ventilated seats. Two, vertical integration. Are you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching.